In the 13th century, the Mongol Empire under Kublai Khan represented an unprecedented force of conquest. Their dominion stretched from Eastern Europe to the Korean peninsula, a vast empire built on military might. Japan, an island nation, stood as one of the few remaining territories outside their grasp. Kublai Khan viewed Japan as a natural extension of his burgeoning empire. He dispatched envoys demanding Japan's submission and tribute. However, the Japanese under the Kamakura shogunate defiantly rejected these demands, refusing to acknowledge Mongol suzerainty. This refusal set the stage for one of history's most dramatic confrontations. The Mongols, accustomed to swift victories, would soon learn that conquering Japan was a challenge unlike any they had faced before. The stage was set for an epic clash of civilizations. In 1274, Kublai Khan launched his first invasion. A formidable fleet, comprising around 900 ships and an estimated 40,000 troops, set sail from Korea. This force included Mongol, Korean, and Chinese soldiers, equipped with advanced weaponry. They landed at Hakata Bay on Kyushu, encountering the defending samurai. The Mongols employed tactics unfamiliar to the Japanese, including coordinated unit movements and gunpowder bombs. Samurai, accustomed to individual duels, initially struggled against this organized onslaught. Despite the initial shock, the samurai adapted quickly, fighting fiercely to defend their homeland. The battle raged for a day, with heavy casualties on both sides. As night fell, the Mongol forces withdrew to their ships, planning to resume the invasion the next morning. However, a sudden and violent typhoon descended upon the bay. The storm ravaged the Mongol fleet, sinking many ships and drowning thousands of soldiers. The surviving invaders, demoralized and decimated, were forced to retreat, their first attempt at conquest thwarted. The Japanese understood that the Mongol threat was far from over. They immediately began preparing for a second, larger invasion. The Kamakura shogunate mobilized its resources and manpower, anticipating Kublai Khan's inevitable return. Along the shores of Hakata Bay, where the first invasion had occurred, the Japanese constructed a massive stone wall. This defensive barrier, known as the Genko Bori, stretched for miles, designed to impede any future landings. It was a monumental undertaking for the era. Samurai from across the nation were called upon to reinforce Kyushu. They trained relentlessly, refining their tactics to counter the Mongol fighting style. Vigilance became paramount, with constant patrols and watchtowers scanning the horizon for any sign of the approaching enemy. The entire nation braced itself for the next inevitable confrontation. They knew the second invasion would be even more formidable, and their preparations reflected this grim determination. Japan was ready to defend its sovereignty at any cost. 7 years later, in 1281, Kublai Khan launched his second, far grander invasion. This time, two massive fleets were assembled. The Eastern Route Army, with 40,000 men, sailed from Korea, while the Jiangnan Army, a colossal force of 100,000, departed from southern China. Their combined strength represented one of the largest naval expeditions in history. The plan was for both fleets to rendezvous and then launch a coordinated assault on Hakata Bay. The sheer scale of the invasion was intended to overwhelm any Japanese resistance. Upon arrival, the Mongol forces found their landing attempts severely hampered by the newly constructed stone walls. The Japanese defenders, well prepared and entrenched, repelled repeated assaults. A prolonged stalemate ensued, with fierce skirmishes both on land and at sea. For nearly 2 months, the two sides were locked in a brutal struggle. Then, in mid-August, a second, even more powerful typhoon struck. This divine wind utterly devastated the Mongol fleet, smashing ships against the shore and drowning tens of thousands of invaders. The catastrophic destruction of the Mongol fleets by these typhoons gave rise to the term Kamikaze, meaning divine wind. This concept became deeply ingrained in Japanese national consciousness. It fostered a powerful belief that Japan was a divinely protected land. The failed invasions reinforced a sense of national exceptionalism and invincibility. It solidified the idea that Japan was unique and destined to remain unconquered. This belief would resonate through centuries of Japanese history, influencing its identity. However, the victory came at a significant cost for the Kamakura shogunate. The immense expenses incurred in preparing for and defending against the invasions strained the shogunate's finances. There were also insufficient lands or rewards to distribute to the many samurai who had fought. This inability to adequately compensate the warriors who had risked their lives led to widespread discontent among the samurai class. This dissatisfaction contributed significantly to the weakening of the Kamakura shogunate, ultimately leading to its downfall decades later. The Mongol invasions of Japan stand as a unique chapter in world history. They represent one of the very few instances where the seemingly unstoppable Mongol Empire was decisively repelled. This outcome was a testament to both Japanese military prowess and the unpredictable power of nature. The samurai, with their unwavering courage and adaptability, played a crucial role in defending their homeland. Their fierce resistance, combined with the strategic defensive preparations, bought precious time against the overwhelming Mongol forces. Ultimately, it was the divine winds that delivered the final decisive blow, twice saving Japan from conquest. These events forged a powerful narrative of national resilience and divine protection that continues to resonate in Japanese culture and identity to this day.